Welcome back, everyone, to Milwaukee Tech Stags Dynasty, and you're probably wondering what happened to the Texas State game where we played the Bobcats. Well, due to a hardware issue or software issue, I'm not sure what went wrong with the Elgato. I played the game, recorded it, hit the red little button on it to stop the recording, closed out the program, and then go to look, that game wasn't there. So we did lose 28-21. We were down in this game, and then we tried making a comeback and just couldn't do it. 2 interceptions in that game. It was actually a really fun game to play. See 50 passing attempts. Our run game has completely fallen away here in the second half of the season. And so really it's just kind of step back to pass. Really, that's it. That's all we can really do. The running game just isn't getting a lot. Hunter Smith, 16 carries, 68 yards. I know the average looks good. It's just, it doesn't feel good when you're actually playing. It's just like, it just doesn't work in the flow of the game. And that's kind of been an issue that we've had so far. And got some sacks here. We're able to get 2 sacks. But yeah, a tough loss, and ends up being a game that I think pretty much shuts us out for a shot at getting to the Sun Belt Championship game. It's probably just not gonna happen. And yeah, clean game here for their quarterback, and 19 carries, 83 yards. They got a lot of key conversions in this game, but you just could never get them off the field when we needed to get them off the field. And yeah, so that just really sucked. It was disappointing, but again, it was a fun game to play, like most games are in College Football 25. Or secondary again, just kind of, we could kind of hold them up for a bit, and then the secondary would just give up a big play. That's kind of the issue that we have right now. A couple interceptions in this one on some deep passes, just trying to make something happen at times and get picked. So they weren't like bad interceptions in my opinion. They were just kind of like, hey, trying to make a play. Offense kind of stalling out at sometimes, and sometimes you just got to take a shot, and it didn't work out. So we lose that game. In this episode, we are going to get through the rest of the regular season here. These final 3 games, we're already bowl eligible. So to me, just get through these games, kind of key moments. And yeah, so we're going to travel up here to Martin Stadium to take on the Cougars, who this will probably be their last season of having a kind of open-ish conference, because we're definitely going to get some teams into this Pac-12 now that the schedule glitch is fully fixed, so we can do the conference realignment and get things looking pretty good here. So 2nd and inches here on this drive, 0-7, trying to get into the end zone here, want to get a touchdown, want to score. 1st and goal here, handoff to Hunter Smith, and he's just barely going to get in. That ball's just going to cross the plane. And there we go. So, tie ball game here as we are on the road against a 3-6 football team. They're 3-6, but, they're probably way better than us. The Sun Belt is a not very good conference. Here's Tyler Griffin with a big play up the sideline right there, getting over the top of the defense. And we're going to come back again. 50 seconds left, throw this one, and I thought that Artis Cole was going to be able to beat his man on that kind of in route, kind of deep post. Didn't beat him, so we come back. We have the lead. Somehow the AIs are, CPU doing a good job for us. These guys are playing good. We get down into the end zone. We get Artis Cole this time for the touchdown with an RPO action. We love doing those plays when we get down here in the gold zone, as some people call it. But yeah, so our defense has given up a lot of big plays, and it's really just this. Yeah, big plays, just like that. Southern Mississippi game, I can remember this season where we just gave up a big one for no reason late in the game. We just let them back in the game by just deep bombs like that from our corners who can't really press. Chris Hudson gets a big play. Kind of wish they'd show him on these replays for a receiver touchdown. Show the receiver instead of the quarterback throwing the ball. But yeah, number 1 has given up a lot of big plays. So we come here. It's overtime now. And on the run here with our mentor, we throw it, and we get the touchdown right there. So there we go. I believe that's Artis Cole again getting the touchdown, take the lead. Now can we stop them? Well, actually, yeah. We don't even get the chance to stop them. We just kind of get the next opportunity for them. That we'll have to match here, and they get the touchdown on 3rd and inches. So there they go. They score another touchdown, which means we have to respond to this touchdown. Do we get a shot to do it? And then we'll go into, I believe, the 2-point conversion. So 1st and 10 here, shotgun formation, play action. Armenta on the run. We're going to find a wide open man right there. Touchdown, Milwaukee Tech. So there we go. So now we get to potentially trade 2-pointers, I think. I think that's how this goes. Well, actually, we don't, because they get the 2-point conversion, and then I think we didn't get ours. We didn't even get a chance to do our 2-point conversion. I probably should have just stopped key gaming it or key momenting it, but we didn't even get a shot on the field to go win this game. We just didn't get an opportunity to. So that's honestly very annoying, very frustrating to not get an opportunity to do that. But Aiden Armenta, 4 touchdowns, 2 interceptions. One of them was a bad one that I threw. I believe he must have threw another one in sim. Hunter Smith, 14 carries, 65 yards. That's just not explosive enough for me out of the backfield. I'm not liking that. Artis Cole, 2 touchdowns. Nate Sullivan gets a touchdown. We definitely got to get our tight end position a lot better, because right now I feel like we just don't have a lot of athleticism there. We got some sacks here in this one. Got an interception. Got, Carlin Vigors is able to get interceptions, but also gets burned a lot, So come back here, some more recruiting. And as I talk about corners, we miss one here in Kevin Manziel. He goes to Colorado State. Very close here to getting Zach Wade to commit to us. Preston Doss is a 3-star scrambling type quarterback. And yeah, so Diego Rosas, another corner that we're trying to get here, but we don't have a lot to sell him on. That's the real issue right now, is I can't even go to mostly because at this stage we're not ready to start selling him yet, but we just don't have a lot to sell this guy on. So when we find these corners, it's going to be really tough for us to, I think, really get them and get all these players. That's part of the thing about using a program like this, is it's going to be tough to sell them. So 1-star, I always like looking at these 1-stars every now and then, because sometimes you might get a sneaky good player and no one's really going after them, so you can kind of go after them hard and pretty much guarantee you get them. But we're 6-4, 3-3 in conference play, and we are going to be taking on Arkansas State here in this next one. You see at this point, Texas State has not lost a conference game, so at best we can hope that Louisiana loses some games and we can finish second. But 2 games left here in the regular season. Texas State has the West Division locked up for the most part. So that is out of reach for us. So at this point, just playing for, maybe a better bowl game, trying to get some wins here to close out this season. That was a tough one to lose against Washington State, because that's a game that we really should have won. But Arkansas State, not as good, but neither are we. It is the Sun Belt. So first quarter here, winding down. Armenta going to throw this one here to Bailey, one of our tight ends. Again, not very athletic tight end room. That's something we are going to have to work on. Maybe this year, maybe we can find a spare tight end out there that hasn't been heavily recruited yet, but we'll definitely have to do that for the season afterwards. So this game is the Ahmad Hardy game. I decided to burn his final playage here in this game. Just wasn't getting a lot out of Hunter Smith in the few times I played here. It's just, and I didn't want to deal with him. Dropped the ball, and it's just that's kind of it right there. Would rather get an opportunity with Ahmad Hardy, and that is going to be a poor throw right there. Probably should have been picked, if I'm being honest. Going to kick this field goal, and I make it. So we are going to finish this little moment here with a 10-point lead. So we come back again here. Wide receiver screen. I never saw that safety crashing down, and he is going to take this one to the house. That's why those wide receiver screens are so risky, because you get an opportunity, get a chance like that where, if a guy reads it and he crashes down hard enough and fast enough, that thing is going back for 6. And kind of a throw out of sack, but he was there. So 10-7, second quarter here. Handoff to Ahmad Hardy. He just has a little bit more juice. And that's what I like out of my running back. I need some juice out of these guys. They need to be a little twitchy. And Ahmad Hardy definitely has that. So we're going to hand that one off again. Big play right there from Ahmad Hardy. Has speed and looks like he has some strength. So Ahmad Hardy will definitely be our starting running back in Season 2 of this Dynasty. So we come back again. Fourth quarter, 23-13. This is a tight window throw right there. I thought that was going to get picked, but somehow Galloway able to come up with that one. We hand it off to Hardy again. Elijah Fisher was a good lead block right there on that pull block. And we're able to get a second rushing touchdown for Ahmad Hardy here. So both games he's played in this year, or a couple of games he's played in this year, he has played very well. So I'm excited for him next season. And then Aiden Armenta, deep shot over the top to Devon Wells, touchdown. And this one is a blowout. So we're going to get another blowout victory here. And shame it wasn't a home game, and shame I didn't do any visits, but kind of just avoid visits, honestly. Just I feel like the risk of losing on those visits, it's too high for us right now. When I'm a little more confident, I'll schedule visits and recruiting. We probably lost some players because I didn't schedule visits, but we've lost some games here down the stretch. So Ahmad Hardy, 136 rushing yards on 19 rushing attempts. That's what I'm talking about. Armenta had that one interception, but everything else is pretty good, in my opinion. But the rushing, just, Hunter Smith is okay, but he just doesn't have the juice that Ahmad Hardy clearly has. And so I'm really excited for that for next season. Had a long run of 29. Hunter Smith had a long of 9. I think Ahmad Hardy, compared to Hunter Smith, Ahmad Hardy just has that extra gear that I think you really want to have a running back, in my opinion. Unless he's like a kind of a power back where you don't really mind just kind of wearing down a defense. If he's more of an elusive back, you want him to have that kind of juice to kind of break off those 10, 15 plus yard runs. And Ahmad Hardy has that. Got some interceptions this one, so their quarterback was just throwing them up. So we get some coach points, and we're going to unlock Motivator. Get working on that for Season 3. Because that's when we'll probably get the boosts and the off-season training boosts. We'll get those not for next season, but for Season 3. So that's kind of what I'm already looking towards Season 3 in a way. So we get Zach Wade. We don't get... I'm really annoyed that we don't get the freaking recruit notification when you're advancing week. You only get that after, in the postseason area of the thing. Sorry for swearing, but I don't get why that's broken. They fixed it, then they broke it, and then it's just been broken, and no one will say why it's broken. That's really annoying that won't pop up. Sorry for the little swearing right there. We are 13 minutes in, so I feel like the only people still watching are probably adults. So if you're still watching, let me know in the comment section below that you're still watching. Say Merry Christmas in the comment section if you're still watching this video up to this point. So still looking for some corner prospects, still trying to find these guys. And Colton DeLuca is a prospect that we are going to be looking at here. Going to offer him a scholarship and get 50 hours on him. Stephen Spears we're looking pretty good on. Some of these 3-star linebackers. Always like getting these new linebackers in, because usually when you start with these lower tier programs, their linebackers are insanely unathletic. And so you could kind of get these linebackers in here, and they're way more athletic. They're a lot quicker. And usually when you're in these weaker conferences, they can't handle that level of athleticism, right? They can't handle it. There's, the way it is in college sports. You have kind of Sunbelt MAC athleticism, then you have big time Power 4 athleticism. And so final game of the regular season, and we are going to be taking on Louisiana here. And take a look here. Not one last look, but a look here. We're 4-3, so we can't even get to second place in the Sun Belt West. Texas State has this locked up. Georgia State looks like they have that locked up, I believe. I'm not sure if they do it by conference record or just overall record, but I'm assuming it's just, I don't know what it is, but probably going to be Georgia State, Texas State, in the conference championship game. And we're taking on the Raging Cajuns. This is technically a rivalry game because remember, this was Louisiana Monroe that we took over. It's now a little bit more crazy that it's a rivalry game because it's like Milwaukee and Louisiana. It's like that's kind of a weird rivalry game, but we'll take it. We need a rivalry game on the schedule if you want to unlock one of those coach abilities. We get a sack right here. Start things off pretty good with a sack, and then I come out and I just shank this kick. Yeah. It's been a while since I missed a kick, but I just completely shanked that one. So that denies us some points. And then I don't play for a little bit here, mostly because I'm like annoyed that it's like, okay, I don't want any more defensive moments. All right, we're down 10, right? You think we'd get an offensive moment. It's like, nope, play some defense. It's like, defense, I don't want to play defense. Okay, 17-10, you give me an offensive moment here. Nope, it's defense. Again, it's like, okay, can you please give me an offensive moment? So they finally give me an offensive moment, and it's a 4th down. 4th and 3, 3:50 left to go in this game, trailing, and it's like, okay, here you go. It's like, wow, that's awesome, I guess. It's like, what's going on? Like, again, my complaint will keep being a complaint. It feels like, is it play the moments or is it play the defense? Which one is it? Pick one. It has to be one of them, but it can't be just all defensive moments at times, and that's what you get a lot of times. So Hunter Smith, get the ball to him underneath. It also seems really fragile, I have to say, about Hunter Smith. I'm just trashing this guy. Seems like he's always hurt. So 3rd and 5 here. Trying to make something happen, and that's just underthrown. And if we could have got that ball out in front of him, that probably would have been a touchdown. That could have got us back in the game. So 4th and 5 here. Throw this one, and that's just a bad throw. Gonna get intercepted right there. Red throw, not very good. Gonna get picked off. And Louisiana's going to take over. And, yeah, so that's kind of looks like how our regular season is about to end. This is the most packed this place has been all season. And we give them a terrible performance, and that's going to be another interception right there by Armenta. And that is going to put a bookmark on this regular season as going to drop this one here 24-7. Going to lose a rivalry game. And, yeah. Game just probably got away from us, honestly. More annoying that maybe should I play some of those moments? Sure. But also, it's like, can I get... I don't want to play a ton of defensive moments. Like, I don't... We're trailing, and it's like, okay, want to play defense? It's like, no. So 3 interceptions on the day for Armenta. Easily his worst game of the season. 14-32, 178 yards. Just a not very good game. But then Hunter Smith, 12 carries, 32 yards. Just not a very good game. Again, you know, just doesn't have the juice. I hate to keep saying that, but he just doesn't have the juice. Devin Wells had a touchdown in this one. 1 reception, 70 yards. So big play, and that was about it. You know, seems like Louisiana played a pretty disciplined game. Some guys gave up some sacks. And defensively, we got 2 sacks here for Tristan Short. It looks like he got a little banged up in this game. And then in terms of turnovers, we didn't create any. So you can't turn the ball over 3 times and then not create any turnovers. We get Preston Doss, the 3-star scrambling guy, and then Jamison Carter commits to, I believe that's Baylor. And so that is... yeah, not ideal. We definitely needed some outside linebackers, but we're still in a good position for some of these other guys, even though some of these other programs now are starting to get in on them, so it's going to be tough to try to keep them. Really late in the recruiting process, we are going to look at Stephen Killings and try to get a extra tight end here. It'll be 1 extra tight end, and then so that'll be... okay, we don't have the hours to do us in the house, so we'll just stack up these other ones right here and try to get some influence here right away to try to jump up that recruiting board, potentially jump into first place, get that bonus you get when you're in first place, when you when they advance to their next stage. This is the first time I've gotten this screen, since like week 1 or 2. So I don't know why they stopped showing this at a certain point. It's really annoying. Because you kind of just go back into the recruiting thing. You're just looking around like, what the hell's happening? You don't know. It's kind of hard to remember, keep track of all these recruits. So take a look here at bowl projections and see where we are projected to play. And we are right now projected to play in the Hawaii Bowl, taking on Fresno State. So that'd be a pretty cool game. But that's kind of where these projections can change really quickly. So I'll have to wait and see, we'll have to wait and see where we actually end up. This is also the point where you can start to fire your staff. And take a look here, who's in the Sun Belt. I predicted correctly. Georgia State, Texas State, and Texas State is ranked 21 here. And I didn't look at this at the time. If I had to take a wild guess, Texas State might be in position to get to the CFP. Might be. I'm not 100% sure, but we're going to fire some of these assistants, try to get some different guys in here, maybe try to get a master motivator. Dylan Gabriel is your Heisman Trophy winner. I don't think he had that good of a season in real life, but he was a finalist in real life. So a specter from our past, Sam Houston. If you remember Sam Houston Dynasty that ended when the file got corrupted, we're going to be taking on Sam Houston in the RL Carriers Bowl. We're playing at the Superdome, I believe, or the big stadium in New Orleans. I'm not sure why we get Lorenzo Lawson, so that's really good. And some of these other guys, we're still looking around here. Stephen Killings, we did jump to first place on him, so we're looking pretty good here. And it is called the Superdome. I don't know why. I had to Google that real quick just to make sure I was right, because I know if I say it wrong, someone's going to complain in the comments section. So we're looking through here, and we do have, motivator here. So Quentin Ezekiel, offensive coordinator. We're going to bring him in. I thought, should I wait? Maybe there might be someone better, but I decided just to go with Quentin Ezekiel. And we take a look around here, and Cam Brink has winner, so tactician. I'd like to get a good tactician. He looks like he has a lot of points in tactician, so that should be a good thing actually, because we'll get all those boosts that come with that archetype, that coachability. So he should have a lot of boosts and things like that for us if we can get him signed. So when we come back next episode, final game of year 1, we'll be taking on Sam Houston in the RL Carriers New Orleans Bowl. So if you guys have enjoyed the series, hit like, hit subscribe, follow me on the Twitter, and I will see you guys next time for more Milwaukee Tech Stags Dynasty. Peace.